Hello, today I'm gonna read this book that's called It Moved.
Writer.
Writer.
The writer.
Författare. Jag tror det var Swedish version. Författare. I'm gonna read this book for you, and it is called It Moved, and den författaren heter Annie Finn. That's the författaren. And now I'm gonna read this book for you. I'm gonna stop at chapter 3, okay? Wait, I need to do something. Chapter 1. Lily laid the big grey stone carefully on the teacher's desk and turned to the class. Is that what you were brought in to show us? Mr. Bentley asked. Lily nodded. But that's a stone, Arif was already saying. Just a lumpy old stone, agreed Maria. The others were all joining in now. You can just bring in some old stone before you turn at show and tell. We will all see stones before tanks. Can this soft eye open wide? Lily, she whispered, is that the most interesting thing in your whole life? Some old stone? Lily looked around the class. No, she said, there's a lot of interesting things in my life. She thought about the computer game she'd been playing only the day before, but you weren't allowed to bring computer games into school anymore, not since Arif went missing. She thought about the chocolate rabbit on her dressing table, but if she brought that in, she would have filled the ship out to offer tiny bits of it around, and there wouldn't have been any left, and she had wanted to bring in any of her string puppets because when Shalmenta, I don't know what his name, Amachia Baba, Amma.
Dette da.
Shalima brought in hers. The strings had got tangled so badly it never came right again. So she had brought the stone. There was a scene so everyone started. Then Arif started completing again. But it's just an old stone. Not just any old stone, Lily agreed. Yes, is it? No, it isn't. It's a nice lumpy shape and a lovely rich grey color. And it has weird little poke marks on one side and faint wavy lines along the other. They were all ceasing now, just like every other stone in the whole wide world. We have 100 stones like that in our garden. So do the turn hands. Mr. Bentley, please tell us we didn't have to get out of bed and came all the way to school this morning just to look at an old stone. Mr. Bentley glanced excitedly at Lily. Well, there, she said, the class is right. In one way, it does look like a bit like any old stone. So is there anything special you like to tell us about it? Lily considered. There wasn't anything perhaps special about the stone except that of all the stones in their garden was her favorite. It was big and heavy and grey and sort of egg-shaped apart from its rather flat bottom. That meant it never ever wobbled. What could she tell them about it? That her mother sometimes used it to prop open the front gate. Too boring that her father tripped over every single day when he came home from work. He just whoop. We say this is a stone and this is the father. Whoop. That happens. Lily concerned there wasn't anything perhaps wait. No, I'm not. No, they might tease her about that afterwards. Lily looked around the sea of faces staring back at her and took a deep breath. This stone is very special in there, she told the class. You see, it doesn't simply sit there like every other boring old stone in the world. They carried on staring at her. Sometimes it moved. Chapter 2. At break time, some people had to stay behind to give lunch money to Mrs. Bentley. Each of them waited their turn and then one by one rushed out into the playground to join the circle of people already sitting around Lily's stone. Have we missed anything? Has it moved yet? Christiana shook her head. Tariq thinks it did, she said. He says he was starting, and suddenly she thought he saw it move a little. Tariq looked up from the stone. I didn't say it moved exactly. He corrected Christiana. I said he thought it had a bit of a look of sort of stretching itself. That's all, stretching itself, said Peter. Yes, said Tariq. But stones don't stretch themselves, said Peter. They don't move either, Sarah pointed out. Everyone turned to glare at Sarah and Peter. Quick, Lily said, it's moving. Oh, too late, you missed it. Everyone stared at Lily's poise. Then they went back to looking at the stone. It hasn't moved very far, grumbled Arif. It's almost exactly where it was before. Almost exactly, soft Sarah. It is exactly where it was before. It is a stone, and stones don't move unless you move them. But they were ignoring her. All for move instead, and in listening to George demand of Lily, how did it move? Did it grow little legs? Did it roll? Did it have head itself over? If you've seen it moving, Lily, tell us how it moves. And I can't explain exactly. Lily defends herself. It's just sorts of those. As they all prepared at her closely to see if she was making it up, Roberta started them by saying it moved. I saw it too. I just saw it too. They turned to look at Rebecca. Are you sure? Rebecca went pink. I'm sure I saw it. Just then it moved. You're not imagining it. Rebecca went pink. No, you might have imagined it. Rebecca's face was really red now. I'm not an idiot, she snapped, and I'm not a liar either. Are you calling me liar? No, Derek said hastily. I just seems a little strange, that's all I meant. Here we are, Here we are, watching the stone carefully for almost the whole of break time, and nothing happens. We turn for just a few seconds to look at Sarah and Peter, and Lily sees the stone move, and then we turn the other way to look at Lily, and you saw it too moving. Tariq saw it as well, said Rebecca. No, said Tariq, correct. I said I only thought I saw it moving, and not really moving either, just sort of stretching, if you know what I mean. No, Sarah, and said Tariq, I don't know what you mean. Maria tried to make peace of the rest of us and spent a little more time watching the stone carefully instead of looking at Lily and Rebecca and coaxing with one other. Then we might get to see it move too. There was no garden with that, so the rest of them sat back down again in their circle and stared at the big grey stone until the bell rang for the end of break. That's chapter 3, and next time I'm gonna read chapter 3 to the last. I'm gonna say goodbye now because I can't read it. My eyes are hurting because there's 3 lamps. They get in my eye. It hurts so much. I can't read for you now. I'm gonna read next time. Tomorrow I'm gonna read the rest. Okay? Bye bye.